Welcome back to Top 5. The final episode of The Pet begins with Andre willingly giving himself up to Valeria, playing the role of her pet. He carries out her orders, killing people who owed her money and performing other favors. Even as he goes through the motions, he can't shake the feeling of unease and the weight of his actions. As the days pass, Andre finds himself trapped in a cage, a prisoner of his own making. He spends his time thinking about how he ended up here and the choices he made that led him to this point. He starts to plan his escape, studying the cage and looking for weaknesses. One by one, Andre begins to kill off Valeria's men, taking advantage of their complacency and lack of suspicion. He moves stealthily, using his knowledge of the forest to his advantage. He kills each man with a brutal efficiency, leaving no trace behind. Lila, Valeria's loyal companion, wakes up to find Andre standing over her. She tries to attack him, but he is too quick and too strong. He kills her with no hesitation, her screams echoing through the forest. Andre makes his way to Valeria's room, where he finds her sleeping soundly. He approaches her bed, his heart racing, and whispers something in her ear. Valeria wakes up with a start, panic in her eyes as she realizes what's happening. She tries to grab her gun, but Andre is too fast. He slashes at her hand with a machete, severing her fingers and rendering her unable to hold the weapon. Valeria screams in terror as Andre picks up the gun and aims it at her. She begs for her life, tears streaming down her face, but Andre is unforgiving. He whispers something in her ear, his voice cold and calculating. Then, with a steady hand, he pulls the trigger, the gunshot echoing through the room. Andre takes Valeria's money from her safe, stuffing it into a duffel bag. He makes his way out of the house, but not before noticing the Venezuelan police waiting outside. He manages to escape their grasp, laying low in a motel for a few days before arranging to get back to the United States. As he lies on his bed in his new home, Andre can't shake the feeling of guilt and remorse. He knows he'll never be able to escape the darkness he's created for himself. The door bursts open, and Valeria's sister, accompanied by her lover, enters the room, pointing a gun at Andre. The two engage in a tense standoff, each waiting for the other to make a move. Andre, still reeling from his recent actions, struggles to stay focused. Valeria's sister, fueled by her anger and desire for revenge, is determined to take Andre down. As the seconds tick by, Andre begins to realize that he's been played. Valeria's sister was in on the plan all along, and the police were just a decoy. He tries to warn her, to tell her that she's making a mistake, but it's too late. With a sudden burst of speed, Valeria's sister pulls the trigger, her bullet whizzing past Andre's head. Andre reacts instinctively, grabbing a nearby object and hurling it at the pair. The object hits Valeria's sister's lover, knocking him to the ground. In the chaos that follows, Andre manages to disarm Valeria's sister and takes her down to the ground. He pins her to the floor, his hand around her throat, as he tries to make her understand the futility of her actions. "Stop this," he says, his voice low and even. "You're only making it worse." Valeria's sister glares at him, her eyes filled with hatred. "You're the one who started this," she spits back. "You're the one who deserves to die." Andre tightens his grip on her throat, his eyes locked on hers. "Is that what you want?" he asks, his voice barely above a whisper. Valeria's sister nods, her eyes filled with a mixture of defiance and desperation. Andre takes a deep breath, and then, with a swift motion, he ends her life. The room falls silent, the weight of what has happened settling over Andre like a shroud. He stands up, his body trembling with emotion, and looks around the room. It's over. It's finally over. As he leaves the house, Andre can't help but wonder if he'll ever be able to escape the darkness that has consumed him. He knows that he'll never be able to outrun his past, but he also knows that he can't keep living like this. With a heavy heart, Andrei sets out to start anew, to find a way to make amends for his past mistakes and to find a sense of purpose that has eluded him for so long. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: Andrei will never be the same again.